Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
So good to see all of you guys. I think we're going to have a fun day today. So awesome to see you. Hi. Oh, wonderful.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
Good, good. Have you been cooking?
That too. And it's been very, very hot in Germany, unusually hot. Today is 34 degrees Celsius outside in the garden. So that's
wow.
usual. I mean, temperatures to go over 30 degrees in Germany is like never seen.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is incredible. And what part of Germany are you in?
I'm in southwest of Germany.
Okay. Southwest of Germany.
Yes. So pretty much, the main hub of the American community here, the Kaiserslautern military community. And so we have the big, huge airport that is the Ramstein Airport, which is very famous for Americans, the main hub here. And so otherwise we're like on that direction towards Paris. We're like halfway between Paris and Munich. So
Oh, wow. It's a beautiful area. I've been there before. It's absolutely beautiful. Love that area.
There? Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, while everybody's filing in, if you will take off your mute, so unmute yourself, state your name and where you're calling from, and then mute yourself again. That would be awesome. So whoever wants to start.
Aparna from Cincinnati.
Jenkintown,
From
Pennsylvania.
Germany.
I'm Colette from New York City.
I'm Savan from Northampton, UK.
Hi, Yukiko
Esther
from
Los
Hawaii.
And Linda from Portland, Oregon.
Yay, Linda's microphone's working. Woohoo! All right, near Austin, Texas.
Awesome.
Hey, Carol. In our small group yesterday, Carol told us about adding coconut milk and to the mung bean soup and then eating it cold. And I did that this morning, and it's wonderful, like creamy mung bean soup. And cold is really nice when the weather's hot.
It is, yeah.
Such a great tip.
Thank you for that.
Such a great tip. All right, who hasn't unmuted themselves, stated their name and where they're from?
Linda Rousseau in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wonderful, Linda.
Yen, Netherlands.
Hi, Yen.
Hi, good morning. This is
Doreen Garvin from California.
I love it. Hello.
Adelia from the Bahamas.
Yay.
Hello, everyone. This is Sanjay from Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, it's so great to see you guys. Yes.
Teresa from London. Sorry.
London is another one of my favorite places. Love London. Awesome.
Jitendra. Namaste. Jitendra from Maharashtra, South Maharashtra.
So good to see you. So good to see you. For those that are coming in, we're just unmuting yourself, stating your name and where you're from.
Good morning. This is Satnam from Austin.
Hi. Another one of my favorite places.
Good morning. I'm Manisha from Syracuse, New York.
Hello. Haven't been to Syracuse. I have been to New York. Actually, I have been to Syracuse. I forgot. Yes, I have been there. Awesome.
This time you should visit me.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I have friends that are in Syracuse. They've got a daughter going to school there. So wonderful. Well, awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for indulging me. I wanted to have you guys involved in this environment. It's so awesome to hear your voice, to hear where you're from. I'm just really excited for what we have on the plan today. So we're going to be listening to something from Clint in just a minute. But but I want to congratulate you guys for going through this 4 weeks, for doing the What Do You Want, the Aditi Kivo Bawa, and for also establishing the gratitude, you know, seeing the gratitude. There's so much divine that goes, that is around us. And if we are in that state of gratitude, we are able to see it more clearly. And so I just want to congratulate you. And it doesn't matter if you've done it a little bit or if you've done it a lot of it, you know, you've done it and you guys are here and you're showing up. And this is just, it's just amazing. So I just want to congratulate you. This is our last call until we go on a little vacation. On the 6th of September, we're going to have a big celebration. So all of the people that have been involved in the all of the experiment groups will be invited, and Clint will send out the appropriate email when it's time. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And you'll hear from him in just a minute. So Jeff, if you've got that queued up, let's go ahead and listen to that video from Clint.
Hey, Miracle Experiment family. Sending you so much love. I just want to first of all congratulate you and acknowledge you did something so powerful, so unique. You said, you know, I want to live healthier and happier. I want to do something different. And you did an experiment. For the last 30 days, you joined on this journey following the principles of Dr. Ram outlined in this book. Only 3 of the principles. And you've heard yourself and so many people around you experiencing all kinds of amazing miracles happening. So if that's possible in 30 days with only 3 principles, what else is possible as you go deeper and deeper? So today, many of you are going to have a chance to share. And you may, as you're hearing other people share their miracles, you may discover, yeah, actually that happened to me. Or something else happened, so subtle, so beautiful. So I'm excited for you to share those experiences. Jana, Carol, Jeff are going to help coordinate that discussion. And then in the future, for those that want to go deeper into this, we have some beautiful opportunities for you to learn more of the principles of Marma, more home remedies, more of all this. And that we'll share more of that with you at the right time when we have the email. I'll send it out to you. And then we'll have a celebration time in the second week of September with everyone who's participated in any miracle experiment game. September 6th, we're going to get together and have a big party, and we'll send you that link beforehand. But for now, I want to acknowledge you and celebrate you and what you've done and hear your stories of how these ancient secrets are changing your life, how these principles are changing your life, how the different optional challenge activities, the Hmong diet challenge, or the social media fast, or these 3 powerful principles, focusing more on what you want than what you don't want. Practicing Aditi Devo Bhava, noticing the unexpected guests and treating it as if God himself or herself has come to visit you, and infusing your life with more gratitude. How are these changing your life? So excited to hear and to join with you and helping really discover who you are and why you're on this earth. And I believe those miracles will lead the way. Sending you lots of love and looking forward to connecting with you soon. Dr. Clint G. Rogers and Miracle Milo. Yeah. I love you, buddy. And we both love you. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's my miracle dog. Anyway, I just want to say, please bear with me for a minute. Oakley, quiet baby. I am so excited for these principles. They have absolutely changed my life. You know, you guys have, a lot of you guys have heard a little bit of my story. I don't think I've revealed all of it, but these Marma points, this way of thought, this school of thought has absolutely changed my life. And I'm so deeply grateful for that. With that being said, let's go ahead and drop from our heads to our hearts. And I really hope that you guys will open up and be able to share, whether it's a little bit or a lot of it. I would love to hear from each one of you, but I've got some other special things planned as well. So let's go ahead and do that, Jeff. I just want you guys to know, you guys are winners. You guys are incredible. You guys are showing up. You guys want change in your life. It's so amazing. And just think of how incredible you are while we do this, while we listen to this music.
I invite you to get fully connected to your body, to your soul, and to your mind. You know, we move around so busy that we spend more time outside of ourselves than inside. So let's go in together. Visualize a serene setting, whether it be water, grass, flowers, butterflies, something bigger, more amazing than us. And I want to ask you to engage your mind, surrendering to your greatness and accepting your value. I want you to refrain from allowing your mind to ask the why, the how, the when, the where. You don't need any of those answers right now. You just need to know that it's the perfect time to set your champion free. Take a deep breath with me, allowing all other thoughts to melt away. I am designed for growth. My light is meant to shine. And my job is to let it shine. I am worthy of healthy, whole, and complete love. No one can design my destiny but me. I will get to my goals with a no matter what mindset. I move forward with the understanding that quitters never win and winners never quit. And I have been designed as a winner. everything you need within you to experience the life that you want to experience. Bliss, joy, peace of mind, and crazy amazing love are all yours. It's all available to you. This world would not be the same if you weren't here. And your life belongs to you, but it also belongs to us. When you win, we win. And when you have a breakthrough, we celebrate that breakthrough with you as you continue to set your champion free. I say thank you. You prayed the prayer. You did the work. You said yes. Set your champion free.
I love that. I don't know if you guys know, Lisa Nichols was the one that was narrating that. And, you know, she is quite an amazing person. You know, she really came from what I understand, and it's been a long time since I've reviewed her story, but she came from nothing. And she applied these, you know, principles that are very similar to Dr. Naram's. And she really has done some wonderful work with a lot of people. And I love that meditation that she, you know, you, meaning you are designed for greatness. You know, you don't have to have the answers inside. All you have to do is surrender. Surrender to something higher and greater than yourself. And when those fears come up, connect with that part of you that is whole, that part of you, unleash your champion. That's what this is all about. It's just unleash the champion that you are. Just so amazing. Now, as I looked through, as I was in that visualization, I was just thinking about all the wonderful things that we had been hearing in the small groups. Now, of course, I am not in every small group, but I hear little bits and pieces of stories. And you guys are champions, and I would love to be able to hear some of those champion stories. Is there somebody who would like to start out by sharing?
Jana?
Yes.
Sorry, before we go ahead, can we do the thing with the hands, sending the energy to the brain that we've been doing the last 2 weeks?
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea. It's a great idea. Okay, so let's all send love to Dr. Clint. So let's put our hands together. Let's rub them really fast. Come on, I don't see everybody doing this. Everybody's got to do this before we release it. Everybody, thank you. And let's send love to Clint and Milo wherever they are. So full of gratitude for this book, for being with Dr. Naram, for the principles that this book gives to us so that we can better who we are. Amazing. Let's do that again. One more time. And let's send love. Can you guys feel that? It feels so amazing. Thank you. Thank you for having us do that. That's so awesome. I hope that everything is going well for him in his time of silence. So. Who would like to share?
Well, I don't mind sharing.
Absolutely.
Two miracles this week. Up to last Wednesday, we were not sure whether we would be holding the Ganesh Festival, forthcoming Ganesh Festival in the UK, in Leicester, because of the local lockdown. However, we found out that the idol for the Visarjan and for the celebration is in transit and is now in the UK. Second miracle, obviously the marquee has gone up shortly to be finished by tomorrow, so we can start decorating and obviously have it all ready with all social distancing in place for to welcome visitors. And for some reason yesterday I was driven there through some force or energy to perform the initial prayers before the marquee goes up, to ward off all evil over the 10 days. So that was a miracle in itself.
Oh my word. I love that you were drawn to that and that you were clear enough to listen to your intuition to be able to act upon it. That's so beautiful. Awesome. So when is the festival?
So the festival starts this Saturday, 22nd of August, till the 1st of September. Some people do it for 1.5 days, 3 days, 5 days. But we do it for the full 11 days before we immerse him into the sea. And this year it's the 30th year since it's been established in UK, in Leicester, UK.
Oh,
So big
wow.
one for us.
Awesome. I wish you all the best during that time of festival. That's so awesome that you're in tune and that you're acting upon it. So way to go. Thank you for sharing your miracle.
Thank you.
Is there somebody else who would like to share? Okay.
Well, I can share.
Thank you, Connie.
I had, due to the COVID, I'm kind of struggling financially quite a bit. And so I was one of my, actually my intention for the 30-day game was every morning I wrote into my journal that I can easily, I'm so happy and grateful that I can easily pay my residence fee here in the Bahamas, my monthly rent, and all the monthly expenses that I have. And then first of all, I got a private client that helps a little bit, but also what really happened now was that I was doing voluntary work on a proofreading project, and I handed it over last week. And then I said, okay, when you're finished then with putting all the changes and the corrections into the final PDF, I'm ready to read it again. And so they can actually then send it over to the printer. And then the lady sent me an email back and said, no, we actually would like you to put in all the changes, and we have now a budget for that, so they are going to pay me. And so that will definitely cover my rent next month and maybe even the months after that, as well as all the expenses that I need. So that came completely out of the blue, and I'm just so excited that my intention really came through in these 4 weeks. So that is my big miracle.
It is so awesome. And that's just it does come out of the blue, and it is not what you expect. And, you know, sometimes it does get stressful when you are worried about where is my next month's worth of, expenses going to come from. And you trust, it sounds like you did the what do you want? It sounds like you did the principles, and it's so awesome, Connie. I just love it. Thank you so much for sharing. I love it. Well, I am just really deeply grateful. My miracle, I've had a very, very gentle week, but I was able to leave my sister's house. She had surgery 6 weeks ago, and I was with her several of those weeks. And she's doing so well that I left a week early. She's doing really well. So I so appreciate all the prayers that you guys have offered on her behalf and my family's behalf. And to me, that was my miracle, was, now I can get back into my routine and get moving forward. So I love that. And I'm just so grateful. Just gratitude has just been I've just been so full of gratitude this last week. Like I said, it was a very gentle week, and I'm so grateful for that. Because some weeks they can hit you and it's like you got the emotional roller coaster, and this one has been just kind of steady and coasting. So it's wonderful. Is there anybody else who would like to share? Okay.
Anne wants to say something.
Oh, hi,
Go
Randy.
ahead, Ann.
Good morning.
You know, it's interesting. I've done this work from the very first class, and it starts out tiny, you know. The gratitudes, the thing your gratitude, you know, that you have gratitude about is tiny, and the Titi Devo Bawaes, they're little ants or things, and then it starts to get bigger and bigger and more, where it's almost right now like rapid fire. But the one thing I'm noticing now is like finding a Titi Devo Bawe in like a more etheric way, like in a bigger way, like when things don't go the way that you plan. That's a big one for me. You know, like I'm really good at, you know, making an agenda and sticking to it and having all the preparation for it and everything, but always there's something, you know, and it used to really throw me and make frustration or anger or disappointment. And now the Titi Devo Bawe is starting to grow, like in my life, in a way that it's like I can dodge the obstacles. I can like, it's like doing like ninja, you know, just like gliding around them and flowing around them and moving with them. It's really been quite wonderful. And I'm starting to watch myself and watch my reactions and see in my mind's eye what my reaction would have been. Now, it's interesting. I love India, and I'm a little bit jealous for the people who grow up in that culture, because they get to see it from when they're little, and they have this way of like staying so calm, so calm, and so. Yes, not right now. You'll have to wait until I see it. Mung beans exploded. Oh, that's good. Oh, the mung beans are good. But anyway, but in a little while. I guess I'll be rinsing mung beans in a few minutes. But it's like to be able to stay calm and happy in the face of interruption, in the face of everything. It's. I didn't really have a concept of it. I watched it. I watched my guru do it. I could be jealous of my Indian friends that remain so calm no matter what. But now, like, I'm starting to get a taste of it, and I'm starting to feel it and see what that feels like. And it's a wonderful miracle for me. It makes me so much more pleasant of a human being. So I'm really grateful to be in that stage of the game where a Titi Devo Bawe has a little bit of an etheric feeling to it, and it's kind of bigger in a way.
Yeah. I hear you there. We were having that conversation in my small group yesterday, as a matter of fact, where you know, sometimes I wonder if the Titi Devo Bawa is one of Dr. Naram's best secret sauces. You know, he just
and you have to get that muscle like strong on the little stuff, and then you can seem to. It's really wonderful how it progressed.
Yes, and it does. And yes, you know, it does. And thank you so much for sharing, and good luck wiping up your mung beans. I know. Randy, you were going to share. I would love to hear from you, Randy.
Actually, I wasn't going to, but I was just letting you know Anne wanted to say something. But just taking off of what Anne was saying, I think I've said this before, is I've watched the effects on me, and I think I said it before, was becoming more aware of my awareness. I mean, we all think we're aware, and we're trying to be more aware, but I think this has put me into a different awareness, that I'm more aware of being aware, if that makes sense to anybody. But that's how I saw the biggest end of things, and certainly little things happen that are miracles that you sometimes, especially here, living here. Just an instance, we went. My residency was finally approved a month ago or something, but and we'd been waiting 2 years for it. It's supposed to be done in 6 months. Anyway, regardless, that's the type of pace of life we run here, and you just have to roll with it. And the other day we went up to, because we had to get something approved with the CAHA, which is the medical insurance here, and we had to give them some more paperwork for them to approve us. And it went well. And the reason it did, we waited an hour for this lady to figure out that she was going to start work. And it was, we watched her, and it was my birthday the day before, and it was her birthday that day. And, you know, she's getting these little boxes of flowers and things like this, and she's taking selfies before she starts work, right, at the booth. And we're laughing at this. And luckily we're wearing masks. But anyways, it put her in a good mood, and she put us into a bracket of insurance that there was it's up to them to figure out where you're going to be. You can give them your finances and stuff, but they basically choose where they want to put you. But anyway, she was in a good mood, so she put us at the lowest cost to ourselves per month, which is great, because I certainly understand where Connie's coming from, and it's that was a good one for us. And that, you can say, well, those things happen, but these things have been happening since we started this tour together with Clint. I think it's becoming more aware of the things that are the good things that are happening, and they're happening on a more steady regiment, and that's a change, you know. And I think I gain with Anne is you tend to roll with it a little bit easier rather than jumping up and down and getting angry and going, what the hell. It's something, it's just sort of, you know, it's all in the day's work is, I guess, where it comes down to. So.
It's so true. It's so true. Again, just like what Connie was saying and what Anne was saying, what you're saying, you know, the Aditi Devo Bhava, you know, seeing that divine in everything, it really changes the concept of the way that you experience that situation that would be heavy or hard or resistant, you know, and it lightens it when you see there's a divine purpose in this, and let's identify it, or if we can't identify it, just know that it exists and surrender it to the higher power and just move through it, because the more we resist it, the harder it is for us to move through. It's just, like I said, it is a secret sauce, and I sure like it.
Well, here's one of the funniest, not funny, here's one of the things, because we're on pretty much lockdown here, and face masks are mandatory. And when we're sitting there watching this lady do her thing and prepare to open her window up, both my wife and I, without knowing it, we talked about it later, we're both sending her love from our heart. And that's something, again, becoming aware of your awareness, or becoming aware of what you can do in a situation like that, where you don't know what they're going to do, and it depends on their mood, and being aware that you can do something positive to not change, change is the wrong word, but to enhance their energy to your favor, I guess, is where I want to say. I don't want to say manipulating, because it's not a,
you're seeing
it is
the divine
a manipulation.
But you're seeing the divine in them, and that's what it's all about. You're seeing the divine, and you're allowing, you know, allowing the divinity in that situation to come forward, and you just happen to identify what you want, you know. So I don't think it's, you know.
Yeah. And that's what my wife and I discussed later on the car ride back, was that we were both doing the same thing, and it all worked out for us, and it was very easy. It flowed very, very easily for us instead of complications. And there was a little glitch, but of her misunderstanding, but it went smooth. And this is the process of where this whole process with Clint is about, the book is about, the way of life is about, is getting into this rhythm, and life treats you better. And Connie, I'm so happy for you. It's I do really know what you're talking about, and it's interesting to see how these miracles do show up in our life.
Yeah, thank
Anyway,
you.
that's
Thank
me.
you. Oh, Randy,
That's
thank
it.
you so much for sharing. I wanted to tell you, there's some people who saying happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you and to your wife. It was your
Thank
wife
you.
that had a happy birthday too?
No, it was just me.
Just you. Happy birthday.
It was August 13th, and I was 69 this year. Unbelievable.
69 years
Unbelievable.
young. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, wonderful. Well,
Thank you.
yes, yes, please, Doreen. Just go ahead and unmute yourself, Doreen.
I was just saying happy birthday to Randy, and I think Becky wants to talk.
Awesome. Becky.
Thank you. I feel like one of the fun things that's happening for me is I've bought the kit of some mung bean soup and the spices and basmati rice. I have 3 people in my life who aren't well, and I feel like it's the back door. It's like they're open to something that might help their health. And it just feels like it's just like the right time, because they're seeing the difference in my health. And when I tell them, really? Oh, that happened? Oh, wow. And so they're, oh, well, I'll try that. And so one of them is my daughter in Florida. And I think it's Banyan Botanicals that I can order. It's like a kit of mung bean and khichdi spices and basmati and ghee. It comes like in a little package. So my daughter says, oh, get me the kit. And then once I have it, I can probably get the ingredients someplace else. But I love that it's a gift that I can give to others in a way that they're open. And it's like we all come open to it in different ways, and it just feels wonderful. So, thank you.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Becky. Thank you so much. I understand that. You know, I know that Clint often talks about the book being a love story. And when you have somebody that you love, you know, you want to share, these gifts that are in here, because this, there's these secrets are really the health, or the secret to health and vitality. And when you have those people that you love, you want to share that. I know for me, that's what I did. As I gave the book to each one of my siblings. My sister who had heart surgery just a little while ago, I gave that to her first, and I wanted her to start on it. But just because I wanted it doesn't mean that she's going to do it, But little by little, she started to read the book, as the other siblings started to read. I had one sister that devoured the book and called India, and she's doing the diet right now. It's just exciting. And so seeing that, it's kind of inspired her, my sister that had surgery. She tried the energy drink this week, and she's been talking about it for it's been 3 or 4 weeks that I bought her every single ingredient. It showed up on our doorstep. She's had it, but now 3 weeks in, she's ready to try it. So, you just have to love, 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 and be patient, and hopefully they'll embrace. And if they do, they do. If they don't, we can't control that. We can just only be the example. And I love that that's what you said, is be the example, Becky. Thank you. Yes, Carol.
So in our small group yesterday, I was talking about how disappointed I was that my best friend, who has neuropathy from diabetes, decided to give away the book that I bought her, the mung beans, the ghee, the spices. And she decided to give that package that I had given her, and she regifted it to her massage therapist. But Manisha had a really great point in saying that she can see that the massage therapist may be the person who needed it more than my friend, that she has received a blessing too. And maybe even my friend for passing it on unselfishly, you know, if I can view it from that point of view, rather than I'm so disappointed that my friend would re-gift something, you know, that was so meaningful from me. So I think my ego must have gotten in the way a little bit. But I was so grateful that Manisha shared that idea. It just reframes it and repackages it into something beautiful instead of a hurt.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for acknowledging me. And that's where I wanted to share my things. I have so much to say, but I would like to just not take much time and want to say that I was always procrastinating and always living in future. I was always looking for a big change in my life. But with this group and you beautiful people and with this journey, I have realized that um, I started thinking from big to small and from change to miracles. So I'm always looking for small miracles which are happening. And in a way, they are taking me to that big change which I always wanted in my life.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I've loved hearing your
Yukiko.
stories. Yes, yes, please.
Yukiko, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. So my unexpected guest was my knee pain. All of a sudden, I start getting this really bad knee pain. And my miracle was Louisa. I reached out to her, and she right away, she gave me all the recipes, the exercises, everything that she has. And then just in 3 days, and then of course, Mang Bing helped me so much. My knee is so much better. So it's just amazing. It's just so much miracle, and I really thank you for everybody, including Louisa, for helping me. Thank you.
I love it. Congratulations on doing the work and getting the results. It's beautiful. And I love that this community is so supportive. And I know that we're going on kind of a vacation until Clint comes back. And that's what I'm hoping will happen, is that we will reach out to each other and we will connect with each other. We will lean on each other. And I think that that's what this platform has been built for, you know, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously. I think that it has really been such a support to others. I know I lean on you guys all the time. And there are times where I don't think that I could get through it without you. I probably could, but not as easily. I just love the words of wisdom and the insights that each one of you that I've reached out to have given to me. And just even the ones that haven't reached out to me, you know, the ones that have shared that when I rewatch the videos, they're there. The postings in the Facebook group have just been, they're gems. So, you know, I'm really asking the next 2 weeks that we don't stop, you know, that we just continue to go. And the ways to do this is the Facebook group, or even the website, or, you know, reaching out to people individually, you know, because I know that not everybody has Facebook. So just whatever way works best to reach out and to support each other. So Louisa, thank you so much for supporting it. You've really influenced a lot of different people. So
Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you, Kiko. You're lovely. I love you.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Well, you know, this all starts. Yes, please, Alberto.
Hi. Well, I'm actually having right now my tea, same recipe that Luisa also sent me. Thank you, Luisa. And one of the things that I want to share is I've been having the knee problem as well. And I started drinking it, and I've been drinking it for probably 3 or 4 weeks now. And because it was actually on the last call of the last group that we talked about it, and immediately I started drinking it. And my knee problem hasn't gone away, but I figured out it's not the joint, it's the tendon. So it makes sense that it hasn't gone away. But I realized that my hands used to hurt as well. I didn't pay that much attention to it, and it was more on the joints, and now they don't. So, you know, it actually fixed something else which it was meant to be, and I've been drinking it. So I want to thank you all as well.
Oh, that's so amazing. I love it. Yeah, it's so interesting how the biggest hurt, the biggest pain always, what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, the biggest pain always just like is in our mind. But then when we start to see that other things are getting better, we just kind of notice those, and we didn't even really realize that that was happening. So, oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes. Is there anybody else that would like to share?
I would.
Awesome, Linda.
I would, first of all, just like to acknowledge each and every person, because what has already been spoken, I can attest to in my life as well. And it's just so amazing how much we're able to realize once we get in the flow and once we let go and see the gifts and miracles that are right there before us, and recognize the things that we can experience in our life that we didn't have an answer for, but it just comes to us. And also, I just want to express my thanks to each and every person in the community. I've received a great deal of help from individuals when I ask questions, and just an overwhelming response from individuals wanting to share their wisdom. And it's so exciting to have that, to be able to dig into it. I've also been able to share my experiences with the book and the principles with others, and they were so full of excitement, couldn't wait to get to the recipes, the book. I had one person that ordered the book and thought she never got it, and realized she did get it. So if it wasn't for me sharing my experiences, she would have just let it go and missed out on some of these amazing opportunities to experience for herself. But now there's just so many people that are looking forward to it themselves. And this is, as you stated, it's just the beginning. So I'm looking forward to so much more. And I'm just grateful for each and every one of you.
I love it. Thank you, Linda. Linda, you had a fun story about your sister and the soup. Would you mind sharing that? Linda?
Okay. So my sister had a batch of Hmong soup that didn't come out that well, but she was still eating it because she didn't want it to go to waste. But in the meantime, she was also planting some plants in her yard and wasn't able to find the fertilizer that she needed. So the thought came to me instantly, give the plants some Hmong soup. And it made all the sense in the world to her as well. So she put it in her Ninja and poured it on the plant the very next day. The leaves were much more greener and it was fuller. And so that was exciting to see the plants were thriving on mung bean soup as well.
I love it. Yes.
Randy here.
Oh.
I wanted to comment on part of what Sivan says, and just again awareness to everybody else is that she mentioned this is an opening for all of us into ourselves, and I think I don't know if everybody realizes that, but it's basically a journey into yourself and what you can achieve by yourself and through your own energies, that you don't need the outside world or whatever to get there. It's all inside you. And just another comment on the mung bean soup was, I know Jeff had a little experience with it going bad and off, and I did talk to my wife about this, and I'll get her to write an article in the Global Healing Facebook page, because she explained to me why it went off. And I don't know if that noise is on my end, but basically beans have to be treated, they're very sensitive to heat and to storage. So I'm going to get my wife to write an article for everybody on what not to do with beans, because it's some of it's very specific that they can go off very easily. So that was my comment there.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. It's really fun to see that the plants respond to the beans, the mung bean soup as well. You know, health and vitality for everybody, all living things. So wonderful, Randy. Thank you. I can't wait to see that article. So I believe that Denise is wanting to share. She had her hand up.
Yes, thank you. I have kind of a silly story to share. I love feeding the birds, and over the past couple of years, but there's specific birds I want to feed. And so when birds that I don't like as much come in the past, I would shoo them away. Crows were one of them. And after joining this group, no crows came. And I kept looking for them outside because I wanted to feed them and like apologize because in the past years I haven't really wanted to feed them. And so the other morning I was looking out my front yard and I saw like 5 crows and I got so excited. I started running all over my house looking for something to feed them. So I'm like, the bird seat's in the garage and it's locked, so I can't get to it. So I found some popcorn. It was in the cupboard. I hope it was okay. And I ran outside and I'm throwing, you know, and I came back in and I just started to laugh at myself thinking, what are you doing? But they were like, it was so precious to see them and recognize the change in me. And so now when the pigeons come and some of the other birds in the back, I'm happy to see them. Like I'm happy to greet them. And the other day I looked outside and there was a deer that was eating at the bird feeder. And usually I get like crazy, like I don't want you to eat the bird seed. It's not for the bird seed, but it's for the birds. And yet it was that recognition that the food is out there for everyone, and to have that welcoming attitude of I'll just buy more bird seed. Like it's the deer. I live in a city, and the fact that the deer are coming in even to eat means they don't have enough food, which is a problem in our area. And so it was just it just made me laugh just to see the change of having this very unwelcome attitude and selective attitude, and wondering how much of that actually pervaded my whole life, not just to do with birds and other unwelcome things, but that maybe that was a way even inside that I may have been treating others. That yes, well, I want to talk to you, but I really, you know, I don't really have time to talk to you, you know, that kind of a thing. And not that it would have been conscious, but it really brought up to the surface this ability to just be welcoming to whatever is brought into my what people or circumstances, whatever that's brought into my awareness, to just be open to those and to greet them. So but I just wanted to share.
Oh my gosh, Denise, that is so powerful. I so appreciate it. It was really fun. I love that. But also what you said about that you saw that you were responding this way to others, you know, and how many of us have responded that way, where we see somebody and maybe because of our own insecurity, we don't say hello. We, you know, kind of shut ourselves down or put our armor up or our shields up. And we just kind of walk away. And that's what this is all about, is this seeing the divine in everything, seeing the divine in, you know, the deer and in the crows and in the pigeons and in the people that are around us, you know. And this is, I'm speaking to myself too, because this is an area that I really, you know, because when you have a lot of change, I have had a lot of change. I need to speak for myself, but I have had a lot of change. And, you know, when you have a lot of change and you're out of your comfort zone a lot, you know, stepping out and making contact with other people and the fear of rejection, that's a big deal, you know. And so a lot of times you shut down or you put your armor up, and I need to say for myself, I put my armor up and shut down. And so this is really a great lesson for me, Denise. I so appreciate you sharing that little piece. That was really a golden nugget for me. Thank you. Now, Anne, did you have your hand up again? Anne, did you have your hand up? No? Okay. Maybe you were waving to somebody. Awesome. Is there anybody else that would like to share? We're coming up close to the hour, and I did have some videos that would probably go a little bit longer than just the hour. So if you guys would like to stick around and watch them, I think they're of real value. If you don't and you have to get off the call, thank you so much for showing up. Please put on your calendar September 6th, and we'll celebrate then with Clint and everybody that's ever joined a global experiment. But before we do the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all of you for showing up. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your intentions. Thank you for your trust and your belief, in these principles and being able to allow them to guide you. We have some incredible people that have been kind of at the head of the small groups, and I just really want to acknowledge them right now. Jeff and Radu and Anne and Dick and Teresa and Harpet, I think I'm saying that, hopefully I'm saying that right. Esther, Grant, Connie, Arlene, Radu, Margaret, and me. I want to unmute everybody and just say, let's say namaste, namaskar, and to everybody, to honor the divine in each one of you as the mentors and each one of us in the group. So let's do that now.
And also Carol, don't forget Carol.
Carol, Carol, I didn't have you. Carol, I sent
the list, I guess.
You said, that's right. You sent the list and didn't have your name on it. So
Yep.
Thank you
Come
so
back to
much.
me after we do this, because I had one other thing I wanted to make sure everybody heard.
I have a video that I'd like to show, so I'm planning on going for another half an hour if everybody would like to stick around. For those that can, they can. But I just wanted to say thank you right now before if some people needed to get off the call. So
I wanted to encourage people that want to do another session, that the link to sign up is on myancientsecrets.com. It's 30-day miracle game. So if you want to be included in that, I don't know exactly when or how or where all that's going to happen, but if you're in that list, whatever happens, you'll be notified and kept up on that list. So also, if you haven't registered your book, go to myancientsecrets.com, put in your receipt. If you're on Amazon, it's right under your My Orders details order number. And there's so much content out there. If you haven't explored it, do yourself a favor and go out there and take a look, because there's a lot of really good content on that.
Awesome. See, Carol, we love you. You just keep us all in check. You keep us on track. So with that, let's unmute ourselves and say namaskar, namaste, namaskar to everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Namaste. Light in me, light in you.
Say I love you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you. Namaste. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Namaskar to everyone.
I love it. I just wanted to do that before everybody jumped off the call. It's just so beautiful. Thank you. Well, I wanted to play this video. Back in May in 2020, so just a few months ago, we had the first global experiment, and Clint had some really incredible guests on the call. He had Dr. Giovanni, which we have had the luxury of being able to have him. And he had Rabat, the girl that was in the coma 10 years after she was in a coma. She was on the call as well. Now, though I'm not going to play that part of it, if you guys want to see that, click on the YouTube channel that it was in your invitation, and it will take you to, the global experiment in May. I don't remember the name of it, but it's got some excellent content. But what I did want to share with you, which Jeff is queuing up the video now, is this incredible portion of it. And so it's going to go for about 15 minutes, and I just hope that you guys can all stick around. I think it's so valuable. So Jeff, when you're ready.
Okay. Dr. Smita Naram and Krishna Naram, welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody.
Super. So first of all, thank you for joining us. And thank you for all the work that you do, for all the people and all the ways in which you inspire hope and possibility. I wanted to ask each of you to share an experience. So Dr. Smita, I loved one of the stories that you shared with us about when you get clear on what you want. And it was how actually your marriage came to be. Can you share this story?
Yes, it is a very, for me, it is very powerful, but because I felt and I really felt I met my soulmate. But it started when I was just 13 years of age. I used to get dreams of a very young man who has a very long forehead, darkish looking skin, and very vibrant and very dynamic. I just used to get this dream for days and days, and then it just went away. So after 2 years, I was just 15 years of age. I started going to a spiritual group where they used to discuss Bhagavad Gita. And there was a young man, Pankaj Naram. He was a doctor at that time. And he was leading the group. So he would take one philosophy from Bhagavad Gita and everybody would discuss, debate for 1 hour together, young people, all of us together. And then he would conclude, and he was so vibrant. And I thought I've seen him somewhere. But that time I just forgot this dream that I had. But I felt I've seen him. So I went to meet him immediately after the meeting. I said, I've met you somewhere. And I was very participating. I was like so excited. He was leading in such a manner that he encouraged everybody to come up, speak. And it was one of the most inspiring experience of my life. So we got connected. And then he said, okay, I'm forming a group known as Shakti Group, which we still have actually. He's still doing these Shakti meetings with kids of our family who are now young ones. But that time he formed this group, Shakti Group. My brother joined me, some of the friends, and we were like 5-7 of us. And he gave us every week a book to read. And he asked questions, what is your dream? What do you want to do in your life? And he really encouraged me to join Ayurveda. He then started already studying Ayurveda at that year. And we both actually together, studied Ayurveda. For that time, it was an old course. We did it for 2 years, and then another 2 years I did it. So that was my experience with him, which was like a friend. And we were in a group of people who were, he literally said that if we want to go forward in our life, first we have to be very clear what we want to achieve in our life. You must write it down and visualize that as if this is achieved. And also you have to get trained by meeting great people in this life. So he made us this group of 5 to 7 people. We actually met great people, took their interviews. We met the founder of Landmark Forum, Warner Erhard, because of Pankaj. We met such great people at that age. Like for me, it was one of the richest experience that anybody can get at that young age, because I was just 15 years. And then for 7 years, we had this great friendship in the group. By the time I was almost 21 years of age, and my parents at that time, 1982, which, the girls would get married after 21 years of age at that time. So they started talking about my marriage, and they said, okay, now you've studied and you need to look and think about your husband. So that's the time I thought, oh, I have to. So I closed my eyes and I thought, what kind of, because Pankaj already taught us that you have to be very clear about what you want to get in your life. So I started thinking what kind of husband I want to have. So I wrote it down. I want to have a husband who is very inspiring, always empowering me, always giving me freedom to do what I want to do in my life, and always, making me win, which I thought, oh my God, I could only, when I closed my eyes, I could only see him in front of me and nobody else. Each time I closed my eyes, I saw only him and him and him. And I said, my God, if I don't get married to this guy, my life, I can't live my life for sure. More and more I started thinking, I realized that it wasn't just friendship. I actually have fallen in love with this man. And so I, with great courage, okay, with great courage, I decided one day I want to tell him. Otherwise, my parents would get me married to somebody. I won't be able to live with this man then, with that man, whoever it could be. So I told Pankaj, I want to meet you in a restaurant. He said, okay. So we used to meet, like he used to always teach me when I participated in different competitions, elocution, debate, and everything. You know, he took full interest in my personality. He took me even to our teachers from whom he learned the pulse reading. I used to go only couple of times because I also was studying pharmacy. So I wasn't free to go every day, but he was going every day to learn pulse reading, and he took me there too. So we met, and he tells me, oh, what is this, Smita? So with great courage, I gathered somehow, you know, it's not natural for a girl to propose, but with great courage, I told Pankaj, you know, I want to say something which is just in my heart, and I have to say this, no matter what you feel about it. So I told him, you know, my parents have been talking about my marriage, and more I think about it, I feel I am in love with you. I just cannot live my life without you. And he jumped, you won't believe me, he jumped from his chair in the restaurant, and he took out a diary from his pocket, and he showed me, look what I have written on the day when I met you for the first time. I was shocked. He wrote down the date, okay? In that, there was a date. He used to write diaries, always, every day. And he used to write his dreams as well. So the day when I met him, he wrote down, Smita Vaidya. Vaidya is my maiden surname. He wrote down in these words, Smita Vaidya will be my wife, and she will propose me by saying that, Pankaj, if I don't get married to you, my life will be hell. This is exactly what I told him. Power of intention. My God, I thought we are just meant to be together. Trust me, in my whole life, the best thing that happened to me was getting married to Pankaj. I was showered with love, empowerment, inspiration, and freedom to do what I love to do in my life. I'm so thankful and grateful that we met. But this is an example of someone who dreamt. And it actually happened exactly how he wrote it down. This is the fun of it. Not a single word here, not single word there. Exactly I said those words in the same manner that he wrote it down.
You're getting so much love in the chat, Smita. So many people are saying, we love your story. We're laughing out loud.
I'm so happy to share this. But, you know, I'm so blessed. I've been loved by him so much.
Beautiful. Oh, you really touched our hearts. You know, normally we're gonna meet for an hour, but if you have a moment, because we have the technical challenges at the beginning, we're gonna go a little bit longer today, but I think it'll be well worth it, because I want Krishna to share how, specifically, we've heard from dozens of people that have described how Dr. Ram actually hasn't left, but he's still very much with us. But my favorite is hearing Krishna talk about it. So Krishna, can you share anything about some of the mystical miracles of love that you've been witnessing and seeing and experiencing?
Oh, dear Clint, dear wonderful healing family, namaskar, namaskar. I love you all so, so much. And big namaskar from Papa. Ta-ta-ra-ta-ta. Oh my goodness. Dear Dr. Clint, Dr. Giovanni,
Oh no, did we end it? It should, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say
Or not, I have known Dr. Giovanni from the time I was born, and Dr. Clint from more than half of my life. And that you are in this circle right now is something powerful. And mommy and I want to give you my love.
Yes.
Now, it's such a crazy, amazing question, Dr. Clint, that mystical experiences with Papa, which share that Papa is still here. It might be very, it might give you chills, and it might make you feel hopeful that maybe anything is possible. Because after these experiences happened to me, I strongly felt anything is possible. And when we intend, and in the right way, in the right technology, in the technology Papa used to use, passed down from this amazing ancient healing tradition, ancient healing lineage of Siddha Veda, then I strongly believe so many miracles can happen in your life starting today, forever. And for that, I'll share with you a really interesting story. Now, Papa was sharing with me, and Papa started training me when I was around 6 months old in the lineage of Siddha Veda. And he said, Krishna, you are the first one to be born into this 2,500-year-old unbroken lineage of Siddha Veda. And I said, sure, yes, Papa, yes, Papa. I was very young. I did not understand what he's saying, but he was programming me at that time. So I'll share with you one story, which will give you one interesting secret, which everything will start making sense to you. And so as a child, like mommy shared with you, that there was something called Shakti group that Papa was having with mommy. Now, when I was in first grade, around 6 years old, Papa introduced this Shakti group. Shakti means power, your inner power, your power to heal, power to go beyond, power to let go, power to achieve what you want, and power to enjoy what you have achieved. It is a group of power, and we create our inner power to heal. So he said to me, Krishna, and I said, yes, Papa, we are on a holiday. What do we do? He says, come, let's go to the market. I got so excited. I said, amazing, Papa, let's go to the market. So all my cousins, mommy is there, Papa is there, uncle, aunts, everyone, we go to the market. Then he says, okay, here is 100 rupees for each and every one of you. And he gave 100 rupees to everybody. They were more happy. They were like, oh my God, we're taken to the market and now we're given money. Then he says, I have a challenge for you. We said, what could be the challenge? Who could eat most ice creams with these 100 rupees? I'm up for it. He says, no. I said, what is the challenge, Papa? He says that, Krishna, you have to go and start changing these money into tinier notes. So first, go change it into notes of 10. So 100 rupees, now we go out in the market, go approach different people, and then split it into 10 rupee notes, 10 notes like that. Then he says, now change it into 5 rupee coins. Now change it into 2 rupee coins. Finally, he did it to 1 rupee coin, and I was devastated. From the beginning of the experiment, I felt nervous, sad, afraid, angry even. That why is Papa making me do this? Can't he just go to the bank and get some money? Why does he force me into this? And then I got upset. I said, Papa, no, I can't do this. People are rejecting me. People are saying, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. Papa says, Krishna, look at me. And then he did something so profound. He did something called a marma. It is a secret technology of transformation. And he started doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my right earlobe, which says, I love you. And suddenly you start calming down. Then he did like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And suddenly I start feeling relaxed, tranquil, and I feel I'm owning myself. And I feel I'm having my energy in place. And then he says, now go, change it. So I change everything, and now everything's easy. I get 100 1 rupee coins and come back. And Papa says, congratulations, how do you feel? I said, Papa, I feel unstoppable. He says, very good. What did you learn? Now, at that time, he shared with me something I didn't understand, but later on, I realized that to be a healer, changing coins is just one thing, but you have to have an inner power to heal. Changing money is one thing, but if you can't even change money, how will you change the state of body, mind, and emotions of a person? And I realized, oh my God, Marma helps you do that. So then, 19th February 2020, Papa left his body. I felt part of me broke, feeling confused, I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling devastated, like paralyzed. And I thought, Papa, how can you do this? This is not natural. You did not tell me what to do. You did not, I'm feeling alone, Papa. This is not fair. How can you do this? I cannot understand, Papa, please. And what do you want me to do? You said that I'm the first one in this 2,500-year-old lineage to be born into the lineage and trained at 6 months. But what was the point of this? You didn't even officially tell me to do anything. I cannot understand. Why do you do this, Papa? Some sign, give me something. And as days passed, I didn't feel anything. I didn't have a sign, nothing. And that made me feel more and more lost. Like as if 20 years of my life was building up so powerfully only for this moment that I'm feeling more broken, more lost, more confused, more depressed, more dull than ever before. Then came a day. I said, Papa, please, just, I beg you. And this was in fact the same picture in front of which I was saying, Papa, please give me something. I don't know what. And then I remembered that maybe Marma, the secret technology of transformation, which Papa said, can help me. And he has been doing Marma since I was born. So I said, let's do it. Let me do it to myself. If not, he's there. So I started doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I started doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a Marma to reprogram yourself. Anytime you are in a crisis, you are in a horrible situation. And I will share with you sometime this technology. But long story short, I did that. And I'm still wondering, Papa, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just leave it to you. So I surrender. Papa said, when you surrender, then miracles can happen as well. So I surrender. And then I go to sleep. And I forgot that I've gone to sleep. Maybe this happens to you. A dream comes and you don't remember you're sleeping. I forgot I went to sleep. And suddenly I see Papa. We are in a cafe. We are eating. He's in his white. I'm in my half pants. And I'm in front of Papa. And I start asking him, Papa, what happened to you? What happened? You are in front of me again. Papa, what is happening to you? And suddenly the part that had disappeared, that I felt was gone, as if something has bit off a part of my body. I felt like it started to grow back and like I'm becoming complete again. This was the most thrilling experience and the most beautiful experience. But this was the first one. Then it happened again. I went to sleep again after a couple of days. One more time. Then I started doing some work on my own, thinking that, suddenly I felt more complete. So a guidance came and I started doing some work. And I'm wondering that this is the most important part that Papa has asked me to follow. If I want to do anything in my life, anything, even to take forward his mission, I need to follow these principles. So I'm trying to follow them, but I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. And wonder, Papa, am I doing it right? What do you think? 2 days later, believe it or not, a miracle happened. Such a miracle. I think you already have it in mind. I went to sleep. I enter in this very room. This is the room where Papa slept every day since the last 15 years or so. And in this room, I saw in my dream Papa's body in white. Couple of minutes later, it starts breathing. rejuvenating. Color starts coming back. Luster on his skin starts coming back. And just a few minutes after that, I see him open his eyes slowly. He rises, and Dr. Giovanni, you know what? You were there in that dream. And Dr. Giovanni and I are standing close to each other. He looks at Dr. Giovanni. Dr. Giovanni, I'm very happy with you. Go ahead, however you are doing. You're doing well. I'm happy. You're doing as I trained you to do, as you have learned from me. It's very good. Then I say, okay, amazing. What does Papa tell me? And he looks at me. Krishna, I expect you to do this thing better.
Jeff, that's just part of the video. So if can we go ahead and play? Yeah, you're fine. It's just part of the video.
I want you to do this thing better. And I say, I'm embarrassed. Oh, Papa, what do I do? I don't know. I don't even know how to show him my face, but I've not been trained that in your dream, how can you hide your face? So I'm just looking at him. Then that time passes. I wake up and suddenly this memory comes back. It's chill. It gives me chills that Papa came in my dream telling me the exact thing which I asked him guidance for. And believe it or not, anytime you are stuck, anytime you are feeling lost, confused, depressed, feeling a part of you has been bit off by some event, incident, and you just cannot come back to that loving, healing, yielding, joyful, happy, healthy, and powerful and vibrant self of yours, then there are certain technologies of healing, many of which Dr. Clint said in his book. I have been brought up since I can remember, since my life started in this, that can get you back and create a mystical miracle of love in your life. I love you all, and many things are possible in the coming future. We are a healing family.
So beautiful. And just looking at everyone's faces after you both shared, so it's poured into.
Thank you, Jeff. Wasn't that worth it? I mean, I just saw that and went, because I wanted to hear from Krishna and from Smita. And I just thought that was so beautiful. I have heard of a few of the members in our group that are they're concerned that we're going on a little bit of a vacation. And they don't want to lose connection. I don't want to lose connection either. I mean, this feeling that we have is absolutely incredible. And I loved what he said, what Krishna said at the end, where he said, if you have anxiety or you just can't get back to that place of love, do the marmas, those marmas, specifically the ones in the book, you guys already have them. They really can. Oh my gosh, they have gotten me through some really tough and scary situations, at least emotionally scary, Anyway, and I've already told some of you guys my story on that, but the good news is I know that when Clint comes back, that there will be other opportunities to be able to learn these technologies and on a deeper level, but stay with the group. Connect on Facebook, connect with each other. Even though we're on this vacation, I loved what Smita said, how they decided what they wanted and wrote it down. They were very clear, and she and Pankaj were married. I mean, that's just such an incredible love story. Just, soulmates through and through. Just awesome. What did you guys think of that? I want to hear your thoughts. Do you have any thoughts? If you do, unmute yourself and just start talking.
Well, I would say it's exciting to hear, and I know it's totally possible. I have seen other people experience it, and so now it's time for me to experience the same thing.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else?
Go ahead, Judy.
Thank you.
Hi, hear me? Can you hear me? It's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I just love that, hearing that story. And, you know, I'm fortunate that many years ago, for some reason, I forget where it came from, that I was in the habit of writing down what I wanted, those little wants that come from that quiet voice, you know, tiny voice that must come from deep inside. And I would just jot it down. And sometimes it would be on a messy page where I've been writing away. And then 2 months later, a year later, something happens. And I happened to notice in that book that I had written it down a couple years ago or a year ago. So the fact that he wrote it down, but that's because it comes from asking, what do I want? Or listening when some desire comes up, you know, listening to it. But I've always thought, and most people that I share this with never put it in practice, that writing it down seems to be really important. So when I met Dr. Naram on YouTube, I got into the what do I want business, you know, and I also wrote it down. And I actually wrote a number down. So we're talking about, I had a digestive issue come up in February. So I already was on to what do I want? So what do I want? I want healthy digestion. And well, what would happen with that? Well, I'd have dynamic energy and I'd be my ideal weight. And I wrote a number down, a number that I haven't seen since maybe I was 15. I'm going to be 80 in December. So I wrote up today that number, I have been that number for 2 weeks, which just would have been unheard of. And so I was writing it down while we were listening. So it's been 26 pounds since we started, before the book came out. Remember, we were 2 weeks before the first 30 days. So that was 26 pounds. And I'd also lost pounds before that because I had the digestive issue, which forced me to change my diet, change my lifestyle. Anyway, but the miracle, of course, is the mung bean soup. The mung bean and the vegetables since June 15th. That last 10 or 13 pounds dropped to that number, which I had written down. I had written that number down. And it's maintained with effortlessly for the last 2 weeks at that number. So anyway, big miracle.
Oh, it's a big
because
miracle.
I understood that, well, how am I going to heal this situation? I mean, this is, you know, and I realized, well, okay, so here's the Devi Bawa. When I got this digestive issue, boom, I turned it around by saying, oh, I see. This is trying to get me to fulfill my desires. This big stuff come up, this big situation. This is trying to fulfill my desires. So then I write down, what do I want? And so these were desires that had been needing to be fulfilled for a long time, on the back burner, you know, or not thinking it was possible or giving up, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's my story. I have to add, listening to the story about contacting Dr. Naram, I think I've spoken of this a couple times, that I found that I could ask Dr. Naram for advice. And so at night when I write my little gratitudes, which are just simple, you know, I do tend to write to Dr. Naram and tell him what's on my mind, tell him what I'm still disappointed that hasn't been healed, you know. And I write down what I get. And then I go to sleep. And then sometimes in the morning, oh, I've got to read what advice I got last night. And of course, the advice runs along patience. You know, keep going. I'm here. I love you. I'm here. But also some specifics. So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, Judy, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much for
You're
sharing.
welcome.
You know, congratulations on the getting what you want. Oh, it's so.
I mean, I knew it had to be done in order to heal. You know, I knew that that would be a piece of the puzzle that had to be done, losing the excess weight. But
Yes.
anyway, on to more.
Well, you said some very powerful things in your comments, and you know the weight definitely was a powerful result of what of your work, your intention, and you know you're following the steps. But when you said, and I might, because I'm not in your shoes and I don't know the situation, but when you said some of these things needed to come up to be healed, it really resonated with me because, you know, the statement, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got.
Yeah.
And so in that situation, what you've done is you've turned that around and recognized this stuff is coming up and it is not, I'm not excited about it. And it's got to be cleared. But that awareness that it's come up to be healed is huge, you know, because now you're stepping into, you're out of your comfort zone so that it can be healed, so that it can, your desires of what you want can be fulfilled. So again, if you look at it at the Aditi Bawa, you'll go through it with so much ease and grace if you allow that. But if you meet it with resistance, you know, it's going to be a fight every single time. And the gratitude is kind of the vehicle, at least in my opinion. I know gratitude, there's a lot of components with gratitude, but for me, that is the vehicle that helps me move through those challenging times. The other gem you said was that Dr. Naram said, I'm here and I love you, be patient. And I have heard Dr. Clint many times say, you know, these things a lot of times are not healed overnight. And if you watch some of the videos of Dr. Naram, some of these people, and even when I was doing the data entry, this was what was so amazing. These people would come in with, you know, with their element, and then they would come back the next year feeling better. And then the next year they were doing very well. And, you know, so it was a process, and it was a constant desire of what they want. I mean, and just even looking at Dr. Naram's story of his mother, you know, being in the bed and wanting to go to the Himalayas, you know, it took some time for everything to just kind of come to fruition. So I think that I don't doubt that Dr. Naram is talking to you through your writings.
You know, thank you. I think you're absolutely right about, and thanks for reminding me about that. You come back the next year and you're better. And I figure, you know, how many years was this condition, in the making? And, you know, it was probably years in the making, the condition. And of course, one of the main things that has come about by the groups, by the book, by Clint, it takes away the fear. I think the fear when you have an illness or you know, something comes up, that there's fear that goes with it. And of course, the fear is detrimental to the healing also.
Yes.
But writing it down is really a little magic trick.
Absolutely.
Writing it down.
It is very powerful.
It's miracle.
I was going to have you guys do that today if nobody was going to share, but I'm so grateful you guys are sharing, because I find that there's much more value in that than that little, and you can do that on your own. But Jeff, let's go ahead and play the little clip. I've got one little short clip, and then we'll say goodbye. But go ahead and play that one last clip. Judy, thank you so much. That was just so valuable.
Thank you for letting me share.
Absolutely.
It's for me, for Zooming and even talking on Zoom is like a breakthrough. So thank you.
I hear you. I resemble that remark.
Any final words you want to share with us, or inspiration as we launch into this global healing miracle experiment?
Oh, definitely. What can come in the future can be amazing. I believe I have been brought up with these amazing ancient healing secrets, and they have changed my life. Anytime I have had a downfall, anytime I have felt incomplete, horrible, anytime the world around me seemed plagued, seemed competitive, seemed suppressing me, seemed like diseases spreading, anytime, maybe in teenage years, maybe in when I was in school, very young, or even now. And so these ancient healing secrets have helped me to overcome, but win over, empower myself, and heal myself deeper and deeper. So the world is healed around me. Suddenly, it's a miracle that if you heal yourself, the world is healed around you. And if you try to heal the world, somewhere you start healing yourself. It's so amazing. It's incredible. Dr. Klink believes in this. Mummy believes in this. And it is called as Lok Purush Siddhant. Lok means the world and Purush is you. We are the same. It's unbelievable. So I encourage you. I strongly encourage you that the next couple of weeks, this experiment can be amazing and mind-blowing. Mommy, is there any specific
It's
message?
perfect. I absolutely believe we all together, when we intend for the healing, that power of intention will create so much healing in people's life. And I think we just let's carry on this great fire of healing, the light of healing, and just spread it.
Amazing. Oh, and one more message, the best message from our heart to your heart. We love you. We love you.
We love you.
And we are with you.
And we are with you.
I love that. I think that that last little clip was so powerful. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and thank you so much for being with me. I love you, and I'm with you, and I'm hoping to see you guys on Facebook. Thank you so much, Becky. See you on Facebook and on the website, and on September 6th. So I love you, and I'm with you. If you guys want to unmute and express your love for our group.
I love you, and I'm with
I love you.
you.
Love you. And with you.
Thank you, Jana.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you, and I'm with
See
you.
each other.
Love you, and I'm with
Love you,
you.
and I'm with you.
All of you.
Take care, everyone, and be safe. Thank you, Jana.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you, everyone who's put work into this. Thank you.
All right.
See you soon.
Yes, see you soon. Bye-bye.